everyone, this is Satyan. I'm back with another video. Today we are going to see Visa Fridays update. Usually Visa Fridays is conducted by USEmbassy India once in every 2 weeks. And this Visa Fridays is conducted basically for two reasons. Number one, to share the updates on the slots availability and the operation status. And number two, to know what the applicants are going through and more specifically to answer the applicants' queries. So which would give a much more clarity for the applicants. And as usual, more questions have been raised on different visa category, be it like a fresh B1, B2 or renewal of B1, B2 or work visa category or dependent visa category or student visa category, and many questions have been raised on other visa categories as well. So let's get into the video for more information. First, let's see for B1, B2 visa category. As usual, many questions have been raised for B1, B2, be it like fresh B1, B2 or Dropbox B1, B2 appointments. Because more number of people are waiting for this update only. And Consulate have answered in the same way as like other Visa Fridays, which means there is no specific update for new B1, B2 visa category and they are not able to anticipate when they will be able to give an update for fresh B1, B2. And if you take for Dropbox B1, B2, right now the slots are available and if you continuously look for an appointment, probably you will be able to get the slots. And one more point to be added to fresh B1, B2 visa category is right now, as you all know that there is no appointments available. But then if you are in an emergency situation, of course you can raise an emergency request. And even with the emergency request, recently more number of emergency requests have been raised. And with a limited capacity, even the consulate is finding it very hard to accommodate more number of emergency requests. And they have highlighted a point that only with the cases having genuine emergency reasons are getting approved. So only if you have a real emergency reason, then you will be able to raise an emergency request and get the approval done. And when it comes to slots availability, even today Dropbox for B1, B2 was available and we were trying to update in our community post and many people were able to schedule their appointment as well. So if you are one among the applicants who are still looking for B1, B2 Dropbox appointment, continue checking because we can expect more number of slots to be opened in coming days for this category. There are applicants who have paid their MRV fee by early 2021 or by end of 2020 but still not able to get an appointment. So what will happen to the MRV fee which has been paid already? So for that, the consulate have answered that the MRV fee is valid till September 2023. So you need not worry about the MRV fee. You still have the validity in place. Next, let's see for student visa category. Many students are still looking for slots and looking for an update on this category. And the consulate have updated that they have already opened more number of slots and many students have already scheduled their appointment for the month of January. And they will be able to honor those appointments which has been scheduled in this month. But for students who are looking for slots in the month of January, and the consulate have already updated that they are not opening any more slots for the month of January. Please understand that this update is only for January. So the consulate is very sure that they'll be able to honor those appointments and they are not having any plans to cancel. So right now you need not worry if you have already scheduled your appointment in the month of January. But the situation is a bit uncertain, so you still have a watch on it so that you will get an update if your appointment gets cancelled. Unless you get a cancel appointment, you are good to go for the interview. So you need not worry about the current situation. Just carry on with the interview schedule. And if you are looking for an answer when US Embassy will open slots for students, they are planning to open next batch of student slots interviewing in spring. So you can continue checking maybe after January. Probably you'll be able to get the slots. But anyways, we will also update Next, let's see for a work visa category, be it like a H or L visa categories. So as usual, the questions were raised on the slots availability, when you will be able to open the slots, when can we check and all that. As like other Visa Fridays, Consulate have replied that they are opening the slots for work visa category every single week and whenever the conditions allow, they are able to open more number of slots. But the demand is still huge, so maybe it getting filled up quickly is what they are mentioning. Adding on to the Consulate point, from the real-time scenarios or real-time examples, we were able to see more number of slots in the past 2-3 days. Actually, more number of slots have been opened in the last 2 weeks itself. But To give a precise update on this week, we were able to see more number of people who were able to schedule their appointments in the last 3 days itself. So if you are still looking for slots and not able to get an appointment and asking when is the right time to look for the slots, basically as far as we got an update from the real-time applicants, more number of people were able to get the slots by early part of the day, be it like EST or IST, and even in the mid of the day, because one of our friends were able to get the slot by 2 p.m. EST. So it's absolutely a random timing, but don't miss to check the slots in the early part of the day. You continue checking because in coming days also we can expect more number of slots to be opened, because in one way the consulate might open more number of slots, in other way there might be few people who are cancelling the slots or rescheduling the appointment. Somehow you'll be able to get the slot is what I feel. Next, let's see a question raised by H4 applicant on Dropbox eligibility. There was a H4 applicant who raised a question like, when the primary H1B applicant is eligible for Dropbox, his dependent H4 spouse can join for the Dropbox appointment along with the H1B primary holder, even though the H4 is a first time applicant. And for this, the consulate have clarified that even though the primary H1B applicant is eligible for Dropbox, but when the spouse H4 applicant is applying for the first time, then he or she is supposed to go for the in-person interview, because he or she have to give the biometrics and then go for in-person interview if they are a first-time applicant. And in case the same H4 applicant have been previously issued any type of visa, then maybe after answering the queries, he or she might be eligible for the Dropbox. But if you are a first-time applicant who is applying for US visa, then you have to go for in-person interview only. Many people have already planned to travel to India from US in the early of 2022, and that is where more number of applicants were looking for the slots in the early 2022, and many were able to get the slots. That is a good news. But then many are equally worried about the cancellation, because right now the COVID cases are increasing worldwide, including India and US. And when this question have been raised, the consulate have answered that right now they don't have any plans to cancel any appointments, and they are trying to accommodate as many visas appointments as possible and to honor all the scheduled visa appointments. But along with this answer, they also mentioned that right now the situation is uncertain, and so they cannot promise how it is going to be in the future. In fact, they are not able to predict whether they will be able to continue with the appointments or they will cancel the appointments. But right now, they are not having any plans is what they have mentioned. You have to decide whether your travel is necessary or it is okay to travel. It is all about your decision and your reasons, because every traveler will have a reason to travel. So you can go with your plans and you can continue monitoring the current situation, be it like travel guidelines or the operation status of US Embassy and Consulate in India. Another question raised by a traveler who is having plans to travel from US to India in coming days is that how long does it take to get the passport in hand after submitting the documents in Dropbox appointment? And for that, the consulate have answered that right now the situation is a bit uncertain, and so they are not able to promise any defined timeline that an applicant will be able to get the passport in hand within certain time duration. Maybe before the most recent wave, wait times were less or it was actually normalizing. But again, the cases are increasing, so they are not able to give a defined timeline, and they are telling that there could be delays. So if you are planning to travel, then plan for an extended stay. So this is the answer given by the consulate. But from the real-time scenario, I would like to add few more points. So with the real-time experiences shared by our viewers and a few of my friends, the timeline that is taken right now is almost between 4 to 10 business days. Mostly they are able to get within 4 to 6 days, but then the timeline you can keep it as 10 days. But if you're planning, then make sure that you have a buffer time of 2 weeks extra, so that if in case it goes for delay, then you'll be able to manage your travel and you'll be able to go with your planned travel. And this timeline varies according to the consulate and according to the cases as well, because case by case there are scenario differences. So it all differs, but overall picture is can consider as 4 to 10 business days, and you can plan accordingly. The next question is regarding DS-160. While filling DS-160, if you have opted for one particular location and while looking for slots, if you are able to see the slots in other consulate apart from the one you have mentioned in the DS 160, still you can go and schedule your appointment. In fact, even the consulate is recommending the applicants to choose the other consulate or look for the appointment in other consulate apart from the consulate which has been mentioned in the DS 160 or which is near your hometown. Because right now, getting an appointment itself is not easy. So when you are able to see the slots in other consulate, then just go for it. First, schedule an appointment whenever you are able to see the slots. So that is very important. And you have another option as well, which is rescheduling. So you can also reschedule the appointment when you are able to see the slot in the consulate which you have opted for or which is near your hometown or which is feasible for you basically. So I would like to add an example for this scenario. So first you have mentioned Chennai location in your DS 160, but while looking for slots, you are able to see some slots in Delhi or Kolkata or Hyderabad or Mumbai. Still, you just go for it. And if you are going for a Dropbox appointment, it's having much more facility, which means you can also send someone else on behalf of you to submit your documents. So getting an appointment is the priority. It is not about the location or the consulate. While you're checking for the slot in any location, maybe you'll be able to get one. So these are the update we have for today, and this is basically a consolidated version of Visa Friday's Q&A. And for people who are looking for the slots update, more number of slots have been opened recently, especially in the last 4 days. We could see many viewers were able to book their slots. In fact, one of my friend who filled the DS 160 last 2 days were able to get a slot in a single day itself. So which means that many slots have been opened. So if you are looking for slots, then keep checking and you'll be able to get one soon. And we are also updating our community post as and when the slots are open. And moreover, even our viewers are updating in our comment section that they are able to get the slots after seeing the community post. So thanks for those viewers who have updated in our comment section. So overall, thanks for all the viewers, and make sure to subscribe to this channel, and please stay tuned with the Purna Arti Vlog for more and more updates on embassy, immigration, travel and vlogs. Stay healthy, stay safe. Take care. Bye-bye.